Hello, beautiful. Hello, handsome. I hope you're feeling amazing. It's the Heart Healer bringing you your weekly message this week. Okay. I'm kind of late. I really want to drop these videos on Sunday and have it ready for the whole rest of the week, but you know, the way life is set up, you know, sometimes I procrastinate. A lot of times I procrastinate, and I just, you know, I keep pushing things back until it's like, oh my gosh, like, let me just go ahead and do it. And so that's what's happening right now. So we're gonna get this video out right now. Okay. So yeah, this for whoever. This all signs. This for my Capricorns. This for my Taurus. This for my Virgos. This for my Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Aries, everybody, Leos. Who else is it? It's a lot of people. This for whoever. Gemini, Aquarius. You know, this for everybody. Okay, and yeah, we finna get straight into it. Yeah, this is just your weekly forecast, your weekly updates, what you can expect this week, Monday through Sunday, or I really want to do it Sunday to Sunday. That's my intention, to drop the videos on Sunday so you could, you know what the energy is gonna be like, or have a idea of what energy you're going to experience for, you know, that whole week. But like I said, it's Monday and it's at nighttime, so really whenever you watch this is when you're supposed to watch it. Okay, but we finna get into the overall energy of this week. You know, what you could expect. Yeah, what you can expect energetically this week. And I pulled out an affirmation. It says, my self-love is enough love to thrive in life. My self-love is enough love to thrive in life. My self-love, my own love, me loving on me, me pursuing me, me showing up for me, is enough love for me to show up and thrive in this life. For me, it's enough love for me to win and to feel victorious with. My own love, me pursuing me, me showing up for me, is enough love to, you know, feel confident. It's enough love for me to be my wealthiest, my most healthy. Okay, and I feel like this is something you are needing to hear this week, because, you know, I feel like as we live life, as we come in contact with people, you know, as we, you know, grow to love different people, grow closer to some people, you know, sometimes we feel like, you know, we start picturing our lives with them, and we start picturing like, yeah, we start picturing our lives with them. We start picturing ourselves, you know, living with certain people, or we start picturing ourselves building things with certain people, and, you know, we feel like that's going to be our life. And even though that could be your life, but at the same time, I feel like during this time, the Most High wants you to, you know, really imagine building things with yourself. What could you build with yourself? What could you, you know, how could you show up for you right now? How could you truly pursue you? How could you, you know, pour that same, you know, amount of high into yourself, that same amount of hidden love that you might have for, you know, somebody you're attracted to? How could you pour that same amount of hidden love into yourself? Okay, because really it starts with you. If you don't, I mean, we pretty much know that by now, but it's like, because who's to say this, you know, the people who you are growing to love and all of that, you know, people are human at the end of the day, and humans disappoint. Okay, and humans disappoint you often. Okay, so does that mean, you know, what does that mean? Once you get disappointed, or I'm not saying expect the worst, just follow me, y'all, just trying to just follow what I'm saying, but I'm not saying expect the worst or anything when you do, you know, connect to certain people, but it's like, you just have to realize that you will never turn on you. Okay, you are the main person that you could trust 100%. Okay, even if you love somebody 100%, at the end of the day, you can't trust them 100%. You have to have something for yourself. You have to be the common denominator in your life, not you and your boyfriend, or you and your girlfriend, or you and whoever, your baby or whoever. It has to be you that, you know, that you can count on the most to be your most fulfilled in this life. Okay, and it's not even when it comes to like building wealth and stuff like that. It's also when it comes to just, you know, making yourself feel good in general. Like, if you know that your energy is low, or you know that you haven't been feeling like yourself, it's not for you. I feel like that's the time where people really, you know, go out and they, you know, they become more lustful, or they become more you know, they start drinking more or whatever. But that's the time for you to just, you know, really you know, give attention, give some, you know, tender love and care to yourself. Okay, and sit down and have a conversation with yourself and figure out what it is that you truly need. Okay, and how you could, you know, it's like you're your own alchemist. Okay, you have to balance out yourself. Okay, and so yeah, I just feel like that's just important to know this week, because, you know, you could have, you know, people in your life that you are realizing like you have a lot of feelings for, or you really care for, or whatever. But at the same time, the Most High is wanting you to realize that, you know, they want to see you shine. They want to see you show up for you. Okay, they want to see you show out and show up in this life. Okay, not you and your, like I said, not you and your partner, you and your boyfriend, whoever. They want to see how you finna show up and show out in this lifetime, and be your most confident, and your most healthy, and your most wealthy, and your most, you know, yeah, your most loving and joyful self. They want to see how you show up, you know. They want to see how you do it. Okay, yeah, that's just something you could be needing to be mindful of this week. But I'm gonna just pull a few cards just to see, you know, what comes out. Let me see. It says more attention. Wow. And I just said that it's for you to see what needs, it's for you to see what needs attention. What I'm saying, what did I just say earlier? I said something with attention. That's crazy. I said it's for you when you realize that you are off balance, or that, you know, you are experiencing a lot of low moments lately where you doubt yourself, or you don't feel like you are where you want to be. It's for you to give yourself that attention. It's not for you to go out and distract yourself. It's not for you to become, you know, overly lustful, or, you know, fall in those you know, behavior patterns that aren't really healthy for you. It's for you to sit down and give yourself the necessary attention. Like, okay, I need to journal out what my next move is right now, and I need to figure out how I could, you know, incorporate that in my, you know, my next days, or what I'm doing now. I need to figure out how I could incorporate that in my daily routine. Okay, yeah, more attention is needed this week for you. Okay, yeah, so I say since this is your energetic forecast, I feel like for the highs this week, I feel like you could experience the energy of being very yeah, I feel like for the highs this week, you're going to experience the energy of just, it's like it's going to click to you that, you know, all you have to do is just show up. All you have to do is just show up. Let me see. And also for the highs this week, it says new love. Yeah, like I said, like you could have people that you're connecting to that you're realizing like you have a lot of feelings for and stuff like that. And yeah, that could be the high of this week. Like you just feel like you're You know, you could feel this energy of just being in love or just discovering new love, and that could be even friendship and stuff like that. Like, you just discovering, how deep you feel about a person or people around you. Okay, that could be the good feelings that you're feeling this week. But I feel like for the lows is you could find it hard to just focus on, just nurturing yourself. That could be something that you might be needing to be careful of this week. Okay, make sure you're giving time to yourself. That's pretty much the gist of this message for this week. Just make sure you are setting intentional time aside to just, get your mind right. Okay, alchemize your own energy. Okay, I've been working out. I've been, eating very good. I'm very proud of myself, actually. And I feel like it's making me feel more accomplished. It's making me feel more confident. Just doing little things like that just make me feel like I'm moving in the right direction. But I've also been journaling, and I find myself journaling like a lot of the same things. Like, I journal kind of over and over again what I'm building, what I want to create. But I need that energy so it could keep me focused. Okay, especially because I am experiencing, a lot in this time in my life where, I'm dealing with new people and stuff like that. And so, you just have to keep yourself focused. Okay, but I've also been find it easy to get distracted too. I love to scroll on social media. I love to just be entertained. I love to sit on the phone and talk. That's things I love to do. And so that could be also a challenge for you, okay, where you kind of like being distracted in a way. But I feel like this week is a good week just to really set that intentional time aside for yourself. Okay, even if it's just an hour, just set your phone down and just figure out what you could work on that's especially for you and your goals that you're trying to accomplish during this moment. Okay, so I'm gonna pull one more card before I close out. Let's see what comes out. Yeah, it says habits. Yeah, you could have habits of like scrolling and stuff like that. That's something that I'm like always dealing with. And it doesn't help that we live in a time where everything is so, technology is everywhere, and that's just what it is. Like, it's 2026. Like, everybody always has a phone. But, just make sure like you're being productive with it. If you're on your phone, start watching more things that's going to help you build what you are building. Okay, that's going to help feed that creativity. Okay, or make your habits, just turn your habits into things that are more productive for you, that could produce, more fruit for you, instead of just, do nothing for you, really. Okay, what else came out? Yeah, this orange card. To me, orange is, what's that? Your sacral chakra. Yeah, that's your creativity. Now is a great time. This week is a great time to just get back into creating, even if you just start making baby steps. Okay, I'm very tired today, but I've been really wanting to start posting on this channel a lot more. And so I just want to start somewhere. So I'm going to start with this weekly forecast and start back posting. But yeah, this week is a great week to just start taking those baby steps to start creating again. Okay, get back or get into the flow. Get back or create a flow for yourself where you can just start creating on a regular. Okay, so that's what I have for you. Make sure you stay tuned. I plan on posting something tomorrow too. So yeah, just stay tuned for my future videos. Okay, and make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button. Okay, thank you.